so I don't do TBRs often, like at all. As you can see in my videos that I've made, I don't really do TBRs, and I've made one not too long ago, and well, a few months later I decided to do it again, and I don't know why, I just feel like it. Will I follow through with this? Probably not 100%, but I think most likely I will, just because I really want to get through these books. And yeah, so I'm gonna tell you my June TBR starting now. The first book on my June TBR was Forrest Gump by Winston Groom, which I already read and finished, and I'm not going to talk about how much I love this book right now because this is my to be read. I will talk about the awesomeness that is this book in my wrap-up, so look forward to that. The second book, which I am currently reading, is Dun Dun Dun! City of Heavenly Fire by Cassandra Clare. I kind of don't want to finish reading this book because once I finish reading this book, then there's no more, and that's the end of the Mortal Instruments, and it kind of makes me hurt inside a little bit, I'm not gonna lie. After I finish that giant book, I am going to read The Lost World by Michael Crichton. I am so excited to read this because, like I said before, I read Jurassic Park and I loved it and it was amazing and brilliant, and you need to read it. And this just is calling my name. It's calling my name and it's telling me it needs to be read. So I'm going to read it because I'm in the mood for dinosaurs, and why wouldn't you want to read a dinosaur book? Because dinosaurs are really cool and terrifying, and they're just an interesting thing to read about. After I read that crazy dinosaur book, I'm going to finish the last book of the Lord of the Rings trilogy, The Return of the King. I'm so excited to read it, but then it ends, and that makes me sad. I always get really happy but also sad at the same time when reading the last book to a series or a trilogy or whatever. It's just because it's gonna be amazing, I know, but it's the last one and there's no more, and that makes me sad. After I read that epic masterpiece, I'm going to read some Stephen King because I really want to read more of his books, and I'm going to read The Shining because after I read this, I really want to buy Dr. Sleep, which is the sequel, and that book looks so cool, and I obviously can't read that without reading this first. After reading that, if I have time, I'm going to read Shiver by Maggie Stiefvater. Yeah, if that's how you say her name, I don't know. So I don't think I'm honestly going to like this book, but I could be wrong. I could like it. I've heard people saying it's not good, but I've also heard things from other people that enjoy it, so who knows. The point is, it's been sitting on my shelf for a really long time and it's been staring at me, and I want to knock it off my TBR shelf. I don't want it to be there anymore. I want it to be read and to be gone because it's haunting me and it's a problem. After I read that book, if I have time, I want to read Full Tilt by Neal Shusterman because I bought this book for $1 at a Goodwill not too long ago because it was by Neal Shusterman, and I didn't really read the back of the cover, to be honest, because I didn't care because it was Neal Shusterman. And so I read the back not too long ago, and this book sounds freaking crazy and just so cool. Okay, I'm gonna tell you what it's about. It's about these two brothers. One of these brothers is very mischievous, so the older brother ends up following his younger brother to this carnival that traps its customers forever. The older brother has to save his younger brother, and the only way he can save his younger brother is by going on 7 deadly rides, and each of those rides portray a personal fear of the brother. So that's crazy. So those are all the books I hope to read in June. Will I read all of them? Probably not, but do I hope so? Yes. Yeah, that's all I'm gonna say, and I'm gonna go read some more Cassandra Clare and probably cry. So I'll see you guys later. Bye.